Oh my goodness, what a catch from Frank Thomas. Frank Thomas is a gold glover out there, baby. Going on, everybody? We're back with another video. Today, man, we're going to be using the most popular player in every position. Now, the way I chose most popular is who has the most P5s on their card. Now, who are you expecting to see in this team? Probably some 99s, right? Probably maybe even like 99 Ken Griffey, maybe 99 Babe Ruth. You're not going to probably see guys like Mickey Mantle or Mike Trout because they're super expensive, but this is actually what we got. At catcher, we got 91 overall Adley Rutschman. At first base, we do have 99 Frank Thomas, and that's just because he was available day one. Second base, we got 97 Chase Utley. Third base, 95 overall Rafael Devers. Shortstop, Corey Seager, 90 overall. Left field, Kirk Gibson, 94 overall. 92 overall Mike Trout, and 93 overall Ketel Marte. Pitcher, we got Bobby Miller right here by a mile with 67,460 P5s. Randy Johnson with 37,000. He was kind of close, but anyways, okay, Bobby Miller's super tired, so we're throwing Randy Johnson. Sorry. Okay, so we got some things to talk about. Now, first, I'm not surprised that a lot of these cards are the early on cards. One, because a lot of people stop playing the game. And two, just over time, we're going to see more and more players just drop off. Even if the game was a good game, at this point, there's probably just going to be less P5s of certain 99 overalls than there are of this Corey Seager because the game is new and people really want to play it and they're going to get that Corey Seager to P5. Also, some other guys, like you're going to see Mike Trout, you have to do BR to get him. It is not just pick up and play to get him like it was for Corey Seager. Same thing, if you want Mickey Mantle, that's even less of a pick up and play. You got to do the collection, which is a ton of millions of stubs. So I'm not expecting those guys to have P5. Is still interesting though, is that they're not even close. Like, those guys aren't even close. There was no shortstop that was honestly that close to Corey Seager, which is crazy. Also, P5 is a little bit of a grind. So, but I do think it is really interesting to look at these teams, look at this team of the most popular players and realize that there's no 99s that are honestly that close. I mean, George Brett had 15,000 at P5, which, like, whatever. Just P1, if you just do P1, the amount from George Brett to Jimmy Rollins is literally cut in half. It doesn't mean exactly that half your player base has pretty much stopped, because it just could mean that they couldn't do the collection, but they could do the George Brett collection or whatever. I don't know the whole case about it, but still, it's just interesting. And so it's just absurd, and that's why event rewards cost so much, because people aren't playing the events to get the rewards. One, some of the rewards aren't good anyways. Even when they go into the event where they can go into the rewind packs, they're still expensive because people don't even want to play 5 event games and win 5 event games. They don't even want to win 5 event games. And so tough. And I don't want this to be a, oh my gosh, let's just hate on MLB The Show, blah, 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 blah type of video, but I think it's pretty clear that a significant player base dropping is just not good. And honestly, it would be very interesting to see, like, what are the numbers of the player base dropping when it was like MLB The Show 17 or 18 or whatever the best MLB The Show is. Because there's always going to be some drop with MLB The Show. It doesn't matter. Like, the game, it could be the best MLB The Show and you're just going to see some drop because you're going to have Madden come out, or, you know, the season's going to be over or whatever. Obviously, numbers are going to drop because just more games are going to come out. But that's why you would have to compare it to other MLB The Show games and see what is the normal kind of drop, and do these games drop more than normal? Do they not? But then it's also tough because now that this game is on Xbox, right, and it's on Nintendo Switch, you're just gonna have more people playing the game anyways. So you can't just strictly look at numbers based because the drop might be bigger, but they're still gonna have more people playing this game maybe in December than they did have in previous Decembers because it wasn't on multiple consoles. It was just on PlayStation. And that's an absolute homer sent to the moon. Very, very tough. Good swing, bud. Enough talk about MLB The Show. Again, no news on MLB The Show 23. Not shocking. No MLB news today. Actually, you know what? There was some MLB news today, and it's about my Colorado Rockies, so we can talk about this. I just saw it on Twitter. I don't know who reported it, but someone reported it and said, well, sources from the Rockies, you know, they say that they're done building the team. People are just making fun of them. Poverty franchise. Oh my gosh, this is such a joke. And you know what? Yes, the Rockies are a joke. What we'll say is the Rockies, they get clowned for everything. I'm not saying that they shouldn't have spent money this offseason, but literally when they signed Chris Bryant to a massive contract, everybody said, what are the Rockies doing spending money? Oh, you're spending all this money just to not even make the playoffs. And it's like, okay, so you're going to say, Why are they spending this money? Or if you want to say they overpaid Chris Bryant, fair enough, but we're the Rockies. Like, trash teams are just gonna have to overpay players to get them. That's just what it is. And now I get it when some people said, well, you didn't want to pay Nolan, but you paid Chris Bryant, which is fair, but also we got new, I don't know if it's exactly, was it ownership that we got new? Or at least general GM or something like that. So there was new people in the front office, and that is why. But then they don't spend any money this offseason. You're like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. They're not spending any money. But then also when there was rumors, even this offseason, that they were going to sign Brandon Nimmo to like $180 million deal, people were making fun of him and going, oh my gosh, that's such an overpay for Brandon Nimmo, blah, 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 blah. Listen, I get it. The Rockies, we suck as a franchise. I'm not saying we do a lot of things right as the franchise, but for all these people on Twitter, you can't, you can clown them both ways, but it doesn't make sense when they spend money and you're like, how could you ever spend money? And then when they don't spend money and you're like, oh, that's such a joke that they're not spending money. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. Bad teams are just gonna have to overpay for contracts. For example, this is in the NFL, right? But people thought before this year that Jacksonville did terrible. Like, they thought they overpaid for a bunch of people. Why would you do this? That's terrible. That's terrible. That's terrible. Well, they did maybe they did overpay for people, but it got them into the playoffs. So whether you call it an overpay or not, they're now in the playoffs. They're now in a position where maybe they could reach out to free agents and actually not have to overpay them as much because they've proven that they're a decent team. Bad teams are just gonna have to overpay for players. I don't know what you want. Or you're just gonna have to acknowledge that you're bad and stay cheap, just like the Oakland A's, okay? Just like the Pirates have been. Honestly, kind of like the Rockies. They are trying to be cheap too. Oh my goodness, what a catch from Frank Thomas. That is absolutely absurd. Frank Thomas is a gold glover out there, baby. And don't get me wrong, two things can be true. They could be true that they ended up overpay for Chris Bryant and it's not gonna work out. And then it's also true that them being cheap is terrible. I guess my thing is, what would you want the Colorado Rockies to do if you ran the organization? You can't just be like, I just wouldn't pay for Chris Bryant and then I'd sign Shohei Ohtani in 2 years. Okay, well, that's just not gonna happen. By no means am I trying to defend the Colorado Rockies for not spending money this year. They should have spent some money. I don't know if it meant Brandon Nimmo. At this point, who cares? Go sign Jerkson Profile. Yeah, it's maybe you have to pay $10 million a year or something. That's at least something. That's something, right? You know what, though? The Rockies, this is also what they don't know what to do. They traded Connor Joe, and that was the most ridiculous thing that I've ever seen. I don't know why they traded Connor Joe. People literally loved Connor Joe here. Like, I'm saying the fans, we loved Connor Joe. Connor Joe was playing well. Connor Joe literally played either high school or college ball or something with Chris Bryant, so I don't know why you got rid of him. And as much as I love Chris Bryant, and I love him to be a Rocky, and I loved him when he was a Cub, if Chris Bryant starts playing well in some team, like I'm just using this team as an example, not saying they would, but let's say Chris Bryant is playing really, really well, and some team like the New York Yankees is coming along and is like, hey, we're gonna make a push to World Series. We want Chris Bryant. He's our guy. He's playing great. You're going to have to get some prospects. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get top prospects for him, right? Because he does have his contract and everything. But you're going to have to not... Oh my gosh. Dang it, dude. I thought we had 2 outs, so I sent him. That was so stupid. Okay, yep. And we just gave up a home run. Yep. Do you think we have a chance to come back, boys? I don't, especially when that 99 speed... Oh, that Seager actually had a lot of motivation to get that dude out. Guys, we're going to lose 2-0. I'm sorry. We did not perform today. I would like to formally apologize to every single one of you who has watched this video. But if you still enjoyed this video and you want to hit that like button for your boy, I wouldn't be against it, all right? And you know what? I might actually make that comeback. So if you click the like button, I feel like I hit a home run. It's like good karma. I'm telling you, wait, I might actually just walk this off now. This might be a walk-off. Lefty, you think I care? Soto, hit a home run, I lose my mind. Oh my gosh, I swung at the worst pitch. All right, guess what? Hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'm sorry. You know what? It is what it is. That was embarrassing. I'll catch you guys in the next video, though. All right, peace.